Hey guys, we'll be talking about this article from EdgeProp, which I see on the website that documents the two interesting transactions that I see. This one was about 2 weeks back, according to the caveats that was filed. The one that makes the most amount of profit at Tanglin Park was $2.71 million profit, which is very impressive, I would say. Basically, most people will be set for life if you don't need a super luxurious lifestyle. But on the other hand, Draker 8, also in the CCR region, very popular, luxurious, high-class area. On the other hand, lost 900k. So let's take a look at some of the factors that could have possibly contributed to one making so much money and the other one losing that much money. The first one we are looking at is the one that made the loss, Draker 8, which is a 99-year project in the CCR region. The ones that really managed to, well, at that time I think the SSD wasn't really that enforced here. If they managed to buy here and sell here, they would have made a lot of money. But I think it will be common for most people to think that, hey, I buy here, then they are my friends, hey, I buy here, then I buy here. And then what happens is they catch the fever and they go all the way up, which is normal. It's like stocks. Last time we had this kind of era, but now you want to find this kind of thing is totally different because the market is absolutely different. I've mentioned a lot of times in my channel before. Anything, if you look at 2013 and beyond, the market is very different already. But why all these guys are losing so much money? Let's take a look again. The first owner got in here at the yellow arrow. Why? Later I'll show it to you here. This is the particular unit itself. I've blanco out the unit number for their PDPA purposes. This is a very large floor plate, very nice, luxurious unit, as you can see. First owner bought it in 2007 at $7.5 million. 2,600 last time. This kind of almost pretty much unheard of PSF. Last time, 2007, people were buying OCR for a few hundred PSF only. But this guy really buying this kind of price. Is it super overpriced already? But you also have to understand it's not as simple as PSF because the demographics of people staying in this, buyers in this region. Okay, do locals actually really want to stay at Draker? That's the question. I mean, no doubt there are locals that want to stay at this region, but how many of them? That's the question. And the lesser people you have that wants to buy here, the lesser the chances will go out. I think it's just a normal supply and demand kind of thing, right? 5 years, 2007 to 2012, lost about $350,000. The second owner thinks that, hey, I bought in the unit at $350,000. I managed to cut a good deal, right? Unfortunately, after 12 years, well, the rest of the market has moved so much in the past 12 years. This guy, unfortunately, has been like this. This possibly, I believe this should be the same exact unit because there's not too many other transactions in this particular project. After 12 years, bought at $7.18 million, sold at $6.28 million, resulting in a $900,000+ loss. That's unfortunate, right? Imagine so much opportunity. We are not just talking about monetary loss. We are talking about opportunity cost. There's so much opportunities from 2007. This guy possibly, if he made the right move with this amount of money, today possibly last time by a GCB, he would have been made like $20-30 million in terms of profit. But unfortunately for him, maybe he's just not a Singaporean after all. We cannot cheat at the show floor, whichever it is, we don't know. And all these losses are exclusive of causes that are not factored in the caveat, especially your buyer's stamp duty, interest fee, agent fee, and also renovation. Especially if you look at such a luxurious unit, people buying a $7+ million, I don't think I will be surprised if their renovation goes up to all the way up to $1 million. That's why if you factor in maybe just $1 million on renovation, how much money is this guy actually losing? $2-3 million possibly. On the other hand, Tanglin Park, first owner bought in at this period of time at 1.64 million last time at Tanglin Park for this sizable unit. Nowadays you want to buy a 2-bedroom, not many choices left as well. 3 years later, sold off at a loss of $155,000. They were thinking, hey, gone already, market gone already. But 20 years later, this guy was the one that managed to make $2.71 million profit. And if you look at the chart last time the chart can be like this one, can be up and down. But nowadays you can see the chart not really up and down already after the 2013 era. It's a totally different market. That's why recently I talked to, of course, I think it's normal, almost on a very regular basis, I talk to guys and then they were like, oh, I think the market is going to crash. I'm like, well, you smile at them, because they don't really know what's going on in the market, and it's not really their fault because they don't look at the market, they don't look at the data, they don't look at the cooling measures that's involved, and that's why it's natural for them to still think that last time, especially the older generation, the 40-50 years old one, last time the market, I think now is gonna let this stays the same, because they've seen how it was last time and they still think that the market is the same. But unfortunately, it's not like this anymore. The government has seriously clamped the market so much. That's why it is very unfortunate that most people, young people especially, they are still being advised by parents of that previous generation, because they will always block their children from buying the real value buys, and then go for something that is in a way their sort of value. Something like this basically. This one, there are people who got in here, that's why you should get in here. If you get in here, it's a good deal, but unfortunately after 10 years it's still at the same level. So Tanglin Park, this one really managed to get a good deal almost at the bare bottom. Okay, but of course there were data that were last time before 1995, because this one is a very, very, very old development. But unfortunately, we only have data dating back from 1995 onwards. Last time all this data weren't so easily accessible. Nowadays we have technology, we have everything. It's much easier to see the data and see where you are entering at. And this is where the second guy exited here. But if you are still looking at 20 years ago data and then comparing to now, I don't think now you are aiming for $2.7 million profit in the next 3 to 5 years. I'm sorry to say, I really don't see how that is actually going to happen in today's market. Unless you're talking about $30 million condo, then you're just moving 10% to cover that kind of gap. There, I think it's possible. But nowadays, you want to see this in such a short time, I think it's very unlikely. Even nowadays, 20 years. Okay, 20 years, then we are seeing these kind of things. So, over here, we can see that both are the CCR. One is making a lot of money, the other one is losing a lot of money. There are a lot of factors involved. Really, is it a 99 here versus freehold? In what kind of areas? What kind of product are you buying in? Is it really location kind of thing? A lot of people like to think it's a location kind of thing. So let's take a look at also the other one, which was quite brought up to me quite often by investors, random people. Even I had a physiotherapist come and bring out to me or that he's renting over here at Sky Suites, and so he thinks it's a very nice project. He want to buy. Well, I'm not stopping him. It's just that we had to explain to him that why this totally is not a rational choice at all. Very nice location. I think location is probably one of the best. It's in our last founding fathers' territory. But there were people who got in here. There were people who got in here and then also here. Why I brought this up? Because I'm looking at these two particular transactions. The one that made the most amount of profit and the other one that made the most amount of loss. Both of them that made the most amount of profit and loss did not buy at the first launch, obviously. But how come after resale market, a lot of people think that this one a lot of people enter here. Today I chop a good deal. Unless you are really able to time that your purchase in this kind of manner, even then this guy don't really make a lot of money, because 200k in 3 years, I don't think it's very impressive. We have seen people in, because they offset in 2022. We are seeing quite a lot of people making like 400k, or even some people making more than $1 million in the same span of time. Is this really the best opportunity for people to buy? Are they buying actually for investment, or are they buying actually more for something that they emotionally prefer in a market, in a location that is supposedly more superb? So this, like I mentioned just now, may not actually be the best place to enter. And this supposedly on the graph looks like a very good place to enter, but how confident that are you able to time your purchase in any particular development such that you are able to hit at this price. Because nowadays, even if you want to, most sellers will not be willing to. They know the market. They are not willing to give in, especially those that has holding power. So, this particular development, funny thing is, the first owner lost almost 200k. Sold it off to the second owner after 7 years at loss of 200k. And then the same guy, the second guy, sold it out after 3 years at almost the same price that the first buyer got. So in a way, the first movers, those that bought during the whole launch period, they don't really manage to make money. Because buy at this price, sell at this price. Right? It's like last time you enter here, oh, you managed to good, but you don't realize that the fundamentals of this project is not as strong. And hence, they end up going sideways. Okay? And although 67 of them made money, 31 of them lost money, but I think the real one will be that this is much higher because most people end up, they are not seeing their investment making money. They don't want to cut loss. It's like stocks I mentioned a lot of times before. I have a couple of stocks that I personally know is a gone already, but you just like, you cannot accept anymore. I think I'm not the only one. Yeah, I think in a way you can say that when it comes to stocks, I'm very emotional. But when it comes to property, I don't think I'm this emotional because I know there's much bigger sum involved. Stocks are just this a few $1,000s. I'm not gonna use it anyway. I just leave it there. Hopefully one day that 起死回生. But property is a totally different thing. You can't mess around with a few $100,000 to a few $1 million. The other one is our test, very close to Kai Suites and Anson. There were people who got in here. Thinking that, hey, this one is a very good deal. Sounds like the Cascadian recently. Is this actually a falling knife or not? That's the question. Okay, obviously these people actually caught a falling knife. 40 transactions seems like not bad. 21 transaction seems also not bad, but the funny thing is if we zoom in, the top amount of profit was $300,000+, which is not too shabby. Okay. But there were people who actually lost more than $1 million. Which is quite insane given that this period of time there were so many other opportunities involved in other regions of Singapore, but these guys only managed to make this amount of money after so many years. This guy, after so many years, 10 years, lose $1.2 million. I think the main thing is, it's not just about money, it's about the opportunity cost. You could have made that much money in other places, but because you choose to be emotional, because you choose to ignore real data nowadays, especially nowadays. Last time during that era, we don't really have all these tools, we don't really have all this technology to really see what's going on. But if you are looking at this current data, this current era where we have so much information, so much technology, so much everything available at our fingertips, if you engage the right professional, they can give you this kind of advice, they can give you this kind of data on hand for you to go and take a look and have a logical, objective choice. But you choose to ignore. I think it's really, if you still lose money in this era, really have nobody but yourself to blame. Last time I can still forgive them because they really don't have this kind of era, don't have this kind of data. But now I think it's unforgivable. There's no way if I'm gonna lose money, there's no way I'm gonna forgive myself. And these are the guys that bought in the resale market. I'm not saying that buying a new launch, by now you guys should know in my channel, buying a new launch can lose you money. Buying a resale can also lose you money. So it's not just about new launch versus resale, but you have to look at a lot of the fundamentals. Where are you entering? What kind of price are you entering compared to competitors? A lot of people say, hey, today I buy Tanglin. Let's just see over here. Well, today it was over here, I buy over here, it's very safe. But you also forget that there are the guys who got in here. Right? So this is our test. Then we look at a few others. I'm not going to dive too much into data because I think this session is probably going to drag too long. But dual resistance is just another example. This was sold out very quickly in just, if I remember correctly, 3 days, 87%, which is very, very, very impressive given the high quantum, given the high PSF last time. A lot of people would think that people enter here already. This one is the opportunity. The show flats, the edges, everything. Oh, this one last time people enter here. Today you can enter here. This one is an opportunity. Can you imagine after 5 to 8 years, you're still sitting at this level? I think this is, I can't even recover when I buy stamp duty. Interest is lost over the years. Even if I do rental, which I'm probably gonna talk about in the next 1 or 2 episodes. Even if I can rent, net loss is still very possible. Okay, if you know how to do your sums. A lot of people think that rental, I get money, convert is money in the pocket already. But what makes you think that your rental, you enter here, you rent, you make the money, you get the money in your pocket, but you won't pay back over here when you exit. This is the part where most people are they cannot get it. This is the most important part. It's not where you enter, it's about where you exit. So Marina Bay residences also very nice, nice luxurious development. But unfortunately over here, people who enter here thinking that they can manage to get an opportunity, but they still hanging around the same level. Which in a way, since 2016, people have been making millions. Maybe some people make two moves already, two very profitable moves. Maybe the first one 500k, the other one 700k, which is very possible. We have seen over the years. But these guys are still sitting on a net loss. Why? Is it that if emotional aspects are so important to you, I really like this place, I can make do with losing money, then I don't think you need to spend time on this channel. But if you are looking to make money, I think you really have to be very objective and logical. Two kinds of buyers. One is the one that only I literally have one client that recently really shake my head. I only want good deals. And the funny thing is the people that always tell me I only want good deals happen to be the most emotional people. And the people that are more chill, more laid back, they don't care so much. They happen to be the one that are more logical and objective. They're like, okay lah, TT, you just tell us what to buy and then explain to us, and then we'll just trust your logic. And these are the people that end up making money. But those people, I want this, I want that, I want to know too much already. Then end up, I only want good deals. But their good deals is actually end up most of the time catching a falling knife, because they think that they managed to get a good bargain over here. Good bargain. This one is not, unfortunately, this is not a wet market. You're not doing a wet market kind of bargaining over here. Property market, you are involving millions and millions of dollars. You gotta be way more due diligent than just trying to bargain and go for a good deal. Okay, so if you are still sitting on the edge trying to figure out what is a good buy, what is not really exactly a good buy, and you really don't know what to do, feel free to reach out. I'll definitely see how I can help. That will be all we have for today, and see you guys. Bye bye.